Ladies and gentlemen.
It's actually a blessing. This is the answer to your prayers. This is the answer to your manifestation. Right. You got this. I believe in you. Boom! You've got to keep that consistency within by doing that action. So again, as long as you do that action, you're going to walk through that portal into the other side, which is literally what you're trying to manifest, which is your personal evolution, which is the answer to your prayers. Adopt the new ideas, and adopt the new ways of speaking and the new way of thinking, and see where that's going to lead you, because you are evolving. I'm telling you this right now. You've got this. Boom! What is up? It is the Atomic Goddess here doing a collective weekly reading for everyone here. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get straight to it. What is our Monday, Tuesday going to be looking like? I think that one wanted to pop out. So we have the Knight of Wands right over here. So this is about royalty, okay? This is about the personalities and the royalty within you. Fire also. Where's that drive? Where's that passion? There's that ambition, okay? So this is Monday, Tuesday we're talking about. We could possibly be talking also about a Leo, Sagittarius, or even an Aries. But essentially the energy here is kind of like fighting for what you love, fighting for what your dreams are. It's doing that action to attain that prayer, so to speak, and having passion and having adventure. This is a very adventurous sort of energy on the younger side as well. So I mean, like, if we're talking about the royalty family and the tarot, Page is the kid and the Knight is like kind of like the teen, early 20s. So it's not like too young, and then after that comes the Queen and then the King. So he doesn't really have like that too young of an energy. This is the during the time in your life, during that age where you have that most excitement, when you have that most energy within you, like literal physical energy. And this is all about ambition, drive, and go. And I want to pull another card. Why? Yeah, because we have the Wheel of Fortune right over here. This is fantastic for your Monday, Tuesday. So build. Okay, going and investing your passion and action into what your dreams are, and it's effortless right now. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of go movement. Right over here, this is the 10th card, right? But the 10 is a Roman numeral, and that represents like X. X marks the spot. Also crossroads right over here. But the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel is always turning. This is a sign that nothing lasts forever, okay? But also, because if you ask yourself that question, or if you say that to yourself, how do you feel about it? There's either going to be one way or another. Let's talk about crossroads. Nothing lasts forever. So you could either see it as like, oh shit, well, I want these really great things to last forever, and they're not going to last forever. Or you could see it where, oh, this is great because struggles don't last forever. Everything is always movement. Everything is always evolving. So ask yourself what exactly that means to you. Nothing lasts forever. Because if it means something negative to you, like you're trying to hold on to something that's positive for so long, possibly, there might be you got to change your perception of what that means. Nothing lasts forever. All it means is that the wheel is always turning. Everything is always evolving. There are those ups and there are those downs in life, but those downs are supposed to be there. They're not even necessarily a negative thing, especially when you change your perspective and view it for what it is, and see that this is a time for me to purge and release, because when we go through loss or things like that, we're leaving something, or something leaves that doesn't serve us anymore, that brings us more room to grow and to evolve, okay? So that is the wheel. The wheel is always turning, which means that everything is always evolving for you. Always for you. Always. Everything is always evolving, okay? So your Monday, Tuesday is really interesting because there's a lot of action that you're doing regarding your passion right over here. And it's like the wheel is turned, and because of your action, because it takes action to make those prayers, those manifestations come to life, right? Become tangible. It takes that action for it to become tangible, like I just said. But that's what evolution is. So you need to put in that action in order for it to happen, right? So this Monday, Tuesday is absolutely fantastic. Let's look at your Wednesday, Thursday. Interesting. So we have a whole, we have the wands right over here. We have a whole pattern of wands. we have the Nine of Wands. Let's talk about, and this is really interesting because this is the Knight of Wands and this is the Nine of Wands, which really tells a story there. They sound the same. They kind of look the same in a way. So this means fluid movement. Now, numerology, 1 is the beginning and 10 is completion. 9 usually means the hardest of the hardest work has been done and the rest of the suits. Now, for the Wands, though, this means the hardest work has been done, but there is one last big push that needs to happen. There's a lot of action that is happening within you, but it's more than just, see, this is telling me for your Wednesday, this is more than just what you've been through on Monday, Tuesday, and this week. This is that fight for your life, basically, and for what you love has been going on for a very, very long time. Because again, this is the 9. It's not the 1, it's not the 4, it's not the 5, it's the 9, because again, on the other side is the completion, which is 10, right? But if you look at him, he has a bandage over his face. So with all that action and all of that push and go energy, you're exhausted. All right, you're exhausted. You put so much effort into everything that it's almost like this is telling me that you've been neglecting yourself. And it's admirable in a way because I see how ambitious you are. It's fantastic. But here's the thing. This is saying is that there's one big last push that's coming that requires all of your strength. All right. And in order to achieve it successfully, you have to pause and you have to bandage your wounds. Get that rest you need to, this is time to replenish yourself. Not long term, but this is time to be like, take some time out, just a little bit of time out to replenish yourself. Also, I want to say this is time, I see so much forward movement and so much go movement that I don't think you've taken the time to really evaluate all the things that you've already accomplished and actually congratulate yourself. This seems like a lot like a perfectionist sort of energy right over here. Really ambitious and goal-oriented and driven. More than just goal-oriented, like you are doing the work. You are doing the action. Okay? It's so important to take that pause, first off, again, to replenish yourself. But second off, to really take yourself out of the situation and look down and see everything that you've already accomplished. Let that fuel your spirits. You know what I'm saying? Let that fact of everything that you've already accomplished just make that fucking heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? And just be like, look at it and be like, yes, man, I fucking did this and I'm gonna fucking do more. You know? So just take a little time for yourself right now. So that's like your Wednesday, Thursday-ish sort of energy. And, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Let's see what the weekend is. Let's see what the weekend's coming to for you. Okay. I'm going to pull one more card. I feel like we need another card. Okay. So this is really interesting. So remember I was saying that we have the 9, right, of Wands right over here. And that there is this one last push you need to do at the end. So you need to take that time right now and pause because there's a lot of things you need to, there's this huge like go sort of action, okay? And that requires a lot of inner strength as well as, outer strength, but especially within. But you're not going to be successful and you're not going to be as successful, I want to say, or efficient with that last push if you don't take the time to invest into yourself, to nourish yourself, okay, replenish yourself. Because what I see for the weekend, we have the 8 of Swords here along with the 5 of Swords, and then also bottom of the deck is 3 of Swords. We have all Wands, and then we're finishing with all Swords. Swords is the air sign. Swords is take away the feelings. This is all about your intellect. This is all about your strategy. This is about your intelligence. This is mind energy right over here. This isn't physical energy. This is no take away the heart energy. None of that in there. This is all making intelligent decisions, okay? This is also about messages coming in and what your message is, how you're perceiving messages and how you're speaking messages, communication in general. I see a huge massive communication block here for the weekend. And this has a lot to do with your mind sort of energy. And, you know, you have been, this whole suit, alone, okay? Alone. Everything is very, very, very solo here. Also, oh, I do want to say this. The air signs, we are in Libra season right now. Happy birthday, Libra. So we could be talking about a Libra, Gemini, or even Aquarius over here for this energy. So there is a lot of solo energy, and it began with a lot of fight, a lot of action, and it seems that there's this like kind of, you're tired of, especially since these came out, you're tired of verbal fighting, and there's this more fighting so for your life. And for what your dreams are and for what you love, okay? It's very solo sort of, you know, goal-oriented subjects over here. You know, for you, what's benefiting you? That's what I see here, not what's benefiting others. And right over here, I mean, this is the Eight of Swords. This is like getting out of that victim mind mentality. There's an illusion of being in a mental prison. It's not real, though. See, like, it looks like a prison, and it looks like she's blindfolded, and it looks like there's these, you know, these bandages on her, but it's loose, and she's not really imprisoned. So again, this is all about mind, intellect, energy, right? So it's the illusion that things are worse than they really are. They're not as bad as what you're thinking that they are. Your hands are not tied. You could easily get out of that. You're not in a prison. It's what your perception is. So change your perception. Because I think where this is driven from, we have the Five of Swords. Let's talk about numerology for a minute. 1 is the beginning, 10 is the completion, 5 is a very turmoil time. That's what 5 is, okay? Now, it looks like there could have been some stab in the back sort of energy. And what was I talking about earlier? Verbal fighting. Like, you're sick of the verbal fighting, okay? And you're sick of having to, constantly defend yourself. And this is a point where this is a point of fucking leaving this victim mind mentality of illusions. It's not that you're not a victim. You're not stuck. You're not a prisoner in whatever situation this is. It's all an illusion. So if you change your perspective, you could understand that you did everything you could. It's almost like you put your hands up, be like, you know what? Like you were the one that left a situation that no longer served you. And it doesn't seem really fair. That's what this energy is. It doesn't really seem fair. I mean, look at this guy. He took your sword, and here you are just like kind of walking away, and this guy's like, yeah, I won, but really he's an asshole, and he's fucking completely wrong and a liar and untruthful. Like it's real stab in the back sort of energy. But who's the bigger person here? Now it's walking away from a situation that's just like, dude, because here's the thing. If you give people like that your energy, it's going to constantly perpetuate that same situation from happening. Even if a person like that leaves your life or whatever, and you're still stuck on it, and you're still feeding it, and still talking about it, and still trying to fix it or whatever, you're going to perpetuate that same sort of situation continuously happen to you over and over and over again. But the fact that you walked away is the best thing you can do, because it's saying, this is not part of my life anymore. I've done everything I can. Hands up. I have done everything I can. You know what? Why don't you go ahead and think you won? I don't give a shit anymore. It's like that. That is true. Truly taking the power back. Giving yourself mental freedom. Because I see what it was doing is you're in a mental prison. Even though it was an illusion, it made you feel that way in a mental prison. By you walking away gives you that mental freedom, because right over here with the Three of Hearts, what did that all do to you? It put you in literal mental turmoil. The Three of Hearts, god damn it, sorry about that. The Three of, we're not playing poker. The Three of Swords, excuse me. So the Three of Swords is all about mental, absolute mental anguish. And if you're going to probably see this, like, and you've probably heard other readers say that this is a broken heart. It is not about a fucking broken heart. If it was a broken heart, it would be like Cups, because Cups is about the heart center, right? No, this is mental anguish right over here. But also, I do want to add that the way that we think and the way that we feel is all correlated together. The way that we think and the way we feel creates the environment around us, whether if we like it or not. So we're constantly manifesting, and we're constantly creating the environment around us, but why don't we do it on purpose? Because the way that we don't like it is when we're accidentally doing it by constantly thinking in lack and being in mental turmoil. If you're in mental turmoil, then you're going to be attracting those same situations that cause the mental turmoil to keep feeding that mental turmoil to you. So if you change your perspective, like what I was saying here earlier, you just change your perspective during those times, and you get in control of the way you're thinking, because the way that you think is the way that you feel, and the way that you feel is the way that you think. And that's the only credit that I could give to other readers when they say that this is about a broken heart, because the way that you think is the way you feel, and because it's all intertwined. It always reminds me of like an infinity sign, okay? But it's an illusion. It's all an illusion. So if you gain control of the way that you think, all right, and the way that you feel, and change the perspective, and it will literally change your environment around you. So instead of constantly manifesting mental turmoil and backstabbing and being in a mental prison and all of this, during those times, just switch the way you think about it, okay? And get rid of this shit. And then start seeing it in a lighter perspective. And then that is what's going to start to attract more abundance to you, peace to you. The number one thing, I say this all the time, people, we have, they manifest and they have vision boards, and that's all great and good. But you got to know when to manifest, and you have to first off understand that it is not a race. Manifestation has everything to do like literally everything to do all about just simply knowing you. That is it. That is what manifestation is. It's knowing yourself. And the more that we're able to really truly understand that the way that we think and the way we feel creates the environment around us, we'll start to pull in and understand that we are the universe. The universe is not out there. The universe is in here, okay? We are not products of our environment. Our environment is a product of us. We are the directors of our life. Absolutely 1000%, okay? Just like any movie, there's a director that will take different, scenes. Cut. It's not perfect. You've got to keep redoing it. There's a script that's written. How many times do you have to rewrite the script? So many times. Movies are not made overnight. This is your life I'm talking about that is a lot bigger than a movie. You see what I'm saying? But take just a movie. There's cast members. There's some cast members don't work out. Like cast member metaphor, your boss, your fucking, whatever it is. Of course, you try, and if it really doesn't work out, fire them. You are in complete control. You are the director of your life, and it's up to you to rewrite the script. It's up to you to you have to take personal accountability of yourself by saying, hey, is this part of the script good? I'm not liking it. The script isn't writing me, I'm writing you. So let me go ahead and rewrite the script. Let me go ahead and redirect, my cast members. Let me hire someone else in. Let's see who this is this one gonna work. There's different scenes, okay? Like your job, work, home, back, you're getting what my point is. And this is not far out. It's a very small analogy. You are the director of your life, all right? So there's so much, ambition that you have. So much drive, so much work, so much history behind you. And this is a time for you to be solo, I really feel. Yeah, look, I didn't even notice this. We have the Hangman right over here. The Hangman is literally all about looking at things in a different perspective, to become enlightened, about being comfortable with the uncomfortable, changing your perspective about it. And being comfortable with the uncomfortable is not glorifying suffering or being uncomfortable. It's saying, hey, you know what, this is happening, I might as well surrender to it, because the more that I try to claw myself out of a situation and fight against it, it's literally programming the universe that I am trying to manifest fighting and resistance. So it's going to give me more resistance, and that is just really uncomfortable. So he's upside down because he's changed his perception, and therefore he's become more enlightened. You see him? It's like his whole, pineal gland area, his whole crown energy center area is just becoming enlightened. Absolutely enlightened. This is exactly what it's about, the solo energy right now of figuring it out. I love how your Monday, Tuesday is. That is where the heart is at. Like I said, it even began with the Wheel of Fortune. Remember I saying the 10, the completion, is about the old is out now. You know, the old ways of thinking, the old ways of being, the old things that we were putting ourselves around, that is out, and it's coming into this whole new direction. Like this is just like the wheel is always turning. We're always evolving, you know? So this is really great. Remember that the way that you think and the way you feel always creates the environment around you. Again, whether if you like it or not, so it's always best to do it on purpose. And be patient with yourself. Again, it's all about you knowing yourself. And you've got this. I'm really proud of you. All right. Well, I will see you all next week.